According to Interpol, telephone fraud known as Vishing has been identified as one of the world's emerging fraud trends. This is where scammers pretend to be calling from someone you trust, whether it's your bank, the police or a well-known company, to dupe you into allowing them access to your account. More recently in Gibraltar, fraudsters have pretended to be calling from Nat West Bank, but don't be fooled.
If you receive a phone call, there's some very simple advice, and that is if you're asked to provide card details, passwords, PIN numbers, those details should never be given to anyone. They should always be kept to yourself. So immediately hang up, and if you are concerned, you should call one of the independently verifiable numbers for your bank, and you'll find that either on your website or on the back of your debit card, and give them a call and you'll be looked after.
The fraudsters are unconnected to the bank and do not have access to your account information.
Well, we're certainly seeing a number of scams, and this week there's a new one. We are very vigilant at Nat West International, looking after customers, looking after our cyber crime, and we're always on the lookout for new scams. So yeah, I can assure customers that the information that's been used is not originating from ourselves. What the scammers are using is information they can find elsewhere through phishing, and then they are trying to obtain banking details through phone calls that will then let them access people's money, but the information certainly not come from the bank.
These scams are commonly known as Vishing. It's a form of phishing which can be done via email, except they use voice in order to gain the confidence. So it's almost like a form of social engineering over the telephone that raises your confidence that your bank is calling you regarding a loss of money to your account, and what you need to do, the urgent steps you need to do in order to recover that money. They gain your confidence by explaining that it's a way in which you can stop this from happening, and they ask you for your account details and perhaps maybe even your CCV number, which is on the back of the card, in order to reverse this payment going out. When it comes to it, at the end of the day, it's a form of social engineering that we have to be aware of, and the scammers, by the cheapest form in them being able to access details, are using the telephone, and perhaps the numbers that they're finding are from a general directory, or perhaps maybe what could be online or within LinkedIn accounts. We have to be aware of what information we also give out, and if we don't want anyone having that information, we need to take measures in order to stop them having that information as well.
Given that most of us do our banking and shopping online, it's important to recognise the threat.
These scammers are using what is commonly used, whether it's by internet online payments, shopping online, accounts, whether you have it with Amazon or any other shopping facility online, and we commonly use them, so they know that, and in doing so, what they do is they'll use that in order to say a payment's gone out, we're calling from a bank, a payment's gone out, we need to shut this down. So it's likely that the person they're calling has made a payment online. If they haven't made a payment online, that may start ringing alarm bells. But either way, the first thing that should be done by the person on the telephone line that's receiving the call should confirm with the bank, and they need to know. That's why I talked about recognizing the scam, and that way you'll be able to identify whether within your actions over the past few days or weeks, whether that relates to what they're saying. If it does relate to what they're saying, normally the banks wouldn't call you and ask that information, so the best thing to do is hang up, call the bank back by an official number, as I said before, and confirm what they're saying.
Remember, fraudsters are trained to get you to reveal personal information. Don't be afraid to hang up. If you do, you can't be scammed. There's more information on natwestinternational.com and police.gi.